You are welcome back to my channel. This is Master BCM TV. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe before we go. Remember to press the notification button so that when the new updating is coming out, you are going to be one of the number one to be seeing the video first. Thank you. This is a tutorial on how to sharpen clipper blade. This is a tutorial, full training tutorial, step by step, in how to sharpen starless clipper blade. This is starless clipper blade. This is a full training tutorial, how to sharpen starless clipper blade. This is the upper clipper blade inner surface. This is the back of it. The masking tape has been attached. This is the bottom clipper blade for Starex. This is the inner surface of it. This is the back view of it. This is the side, the front, the back, the side. This is the back view again. You can see it. So our tutorial for today is how to sharpen clipper blade that has been sharpened before and the work is not fine, or a new clipper blade bought, tested with clipper, but it's not working fine. Let me still come back again for you to really understand it. This is a tutorial on how to sharpen a clipper blade that has been sharpened by somebody before. It does not work. This is a tutorial on how to sharpen clipper blade that is newly bought but tested. It's not working fine. It's common among starless clipper blade. When you buy like 50 sets, you may discover that some sets are not working. Not that we are spoiling the product. No, that is what is happening in my environment. We don't know actually what is causing it. So they carry some to me for the sharpening again. Then some people sharpen clipper blade. They don't know how to sharpen it. When they sharpen it, finish, everything shine across, but they did not get the total flatness. And don't forget, I used to tell you, before you can sharpen your clipper blade tested correctly, you are going to fight for two things. You are looking for two things. You are looking for two things in sharpening. Sharpening of the inner surfaces of the clipper blade. For it to work fine, for it to work like a new clipper blade or even better than the correct new clipper blade, you are going to sharpen it to get the total shining across all the surface. Inner surface of the upper clipper blade and the bottom clipper blade. The second one is total flatness across. Underline that word. Total flatness across the whole part of the inner surface of the upper clipper blade and the bottom clipper blade. When you get these two things for the upper clipper blade inner surface and the bottom clipper blade inner surface, then you now test. The clipper blade is going to work fine. It's going to work neat. And it's going to be, the work is going to be effective. Then how can you sharpen this type of clipper blade? How can you resharpen it? You bring it back to normal. That is the tutorial we are going to the studio to do now. That is the tutorial we are going to the studio to do. I will now show you step by step on how you can resharpen the type of clipper blade I've just explained just now. You bring it back to normal. I will now show you step by step. What we are going to do there, let me tell you first before we get there so that we will not get confused. Number one thing is to know how to activate the surface of your stone, the stone you want to use, because you are going to use manual sharpening stone. We are going to resharpen it manually with your thumb. With your thumb. We are going to resharpen it with your thumb. So number one thing you have to do is to know how to activate the surface of your stone. Which type of activation you want to use. Don't forget, in activating the surface of the stone, you can use ordinary kerosene to sharpen your clipper blade. You can use ordinary light oil to sharpen your clipper blade. That's engine oil. You can use machine oil to sharpen your clipper blade. You can use kerosene and oil mixed together to sharpen your clipper blade. Then you can use biscuit bone, kerosene and oil to sharpen your clipper blade. You can use biscuit bone and kerosene to sharpen your clipper to activate the surface of your stone. Then you can use special stone and the kerosene to sharpen or to activate the surface of your stone to sharpen the clipper blades. At the same time, you can use kerosene, engine oil, special stone, biscuit bone to activate the surface of your stone and to use it to sharpen your clipper blade. So I have different ways in activating the surface of my super hard manual sharpening stone in preparation to sharpen different type of clipper blade depending on how the surface is, the surface of the inner surface of the upper and the bottom clipper blade, or depending on my own wish. We now go to the field now and I'll show you step by step we can follow. One after the other we can follow to bring back this kind of clipper blade, bring it back to life. You want it to work again and you test it. When you use your manual hand to test, then it gets some sign. When you get that sign, when you get the total carbon form across the whole surface, which means the clipper blade have been sharpened correctly. Let us go now into the workshop. You are welcome back to my studio, to my sharpening studio, Master BCM TV. Now, I'm going to show you the inner surfaces of the upper and the bottom clipper blade we want to resharpen. As I have told you before, this clipper blade has been sharpened by somebody before, but it's not working fine. It's not working fine, so I want to resharpen it. Let me fashion out the surface. Maybe you can get it. It's not clear enough. It's not clear enough. I want to bring out the surface very well so that I can be able to see it. Be able to see it. It has been sharpened before but it's not working fine. So let me show you the inner surface of the bottom clipper blade. Yeah, this one is very, very clear. You can see it. You can see the traces that this clipper blade has been sharpened before. You can see the surface. The surface is neat. The surface is neat. Now, as a learner, as a professional, where and how do you want to start sharpening this type of clipper blade? Try to understand me very well. This clipper blade has been sharpened by somebody before, but it's not working fine. It's not working fine. It has been tested. It's not cutting hair at all. The skin cut, the middle, the last skin, the trails are not working. It's not working fine. Then somebody has sharpened it. There's no traces of say somebody have used this clipper blade before, so that you can know where it is lower, where it's higher. Or you can see the traces where you can, where you can start your job. Now it is work of sense. That is why I'm saying sharpening of the clipper blade deal with sense, logical, technical, strategical, professionally okay. So you need to know much about the sharpening before you can handle this type of clipper blade and sharpen it, tested it correctly, mount it on the clipper and it works. Now I want to teach you the easiest way you can use. The easiest way you can use to get this type of sharpening correctly, so that you not take much of your time, to not waste your materials, to not waste your chemical, that will not give you the injury under the thumb. You have to look for tempo. This is tempo. You have to look for tempo. Any color you have, any color you get. Then let me take you to the first process. You open your tempo. You place the cover at the back like this. Then look at this surface. You paint the inner surface of this clipper blade. Watch carefully. As a learner, I want to give you the easiest way you can take, so that this clipper blade will not waste much of your time. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your time at all. This tempo is not working fine again. It's not working fine again. Yeah, it's enough like this. It's enough like this. You close your tempo again. Then you place it somewhere. Let me put it here. Look at it now. I've put tempo, applied tempo, the color at the surface of the inner surface of the bottom clipper blade. Why do I apply tempo? What is the reason for me to apply tempo at the surface? The reason is that when you place this blade on the sharpening stone for sharpening, when you first test it, you go like 2 or 3 times. When you go like 3 or 3 times, you will not apply any treatment on the surface of the stone. You now go 2, 3 or 4 times. You sharpen it 2 or 3 times, then you now remove it again. You check the surface. Where the work starts or where the work is going to start, this tempo will show you. It will show us clearly. Then we can now apply or activate the surface of our super hard manual sharpening stone. Then we start the correct sharpening. Once you get where to start, you will sharpen it successively. But once you don't get where to start, you may still resharpen it again, and the clipper blade may still not work fine again, thereby wasting the level of the inner surface of the clipper blade, the upper and the bottom one. Wasting your time, wasting your chemical. So that is for the bottom clipper blade. Let me try whether this tempo can still paint for the upper clipper blade. Let us test whether I can still do. The ink is getting finished inside, but yeah, I thank God, I thank God, I thank God, I thank God, it does. I thank God, I thank God. Yeah, we can still manage it. Let me cover the tempo and return it again. So let us look at the surface again for the upper clipper blade. You see it? Though to tell you specifically or professionally, the upper clipper blade is not too much difficult to sharp. It is not too much difficult to sharp like bottom clipper blade. The reason why the upper clipper blade can give you headache is about the repackaging. That's what they do in my environment here. I don't know whether they do it in your own environment. When they use the clipper blade dull, they now put something at the back of the blade, in between the upper and the bottom clipper blade at the back, here and here. They put like masking tape or paper or broom, something of that nature, or carton or cardboard. They put it there. You get the way they used to put it. When they put it there, they raise the bottom of the upper clipper blade up again to make the upper clipper blade teeth to retouch the bottom clipper blade inner surface again. Now force it to work again. They now use it for that system for some weeks again. After the blade is not working again, they still repeat another process. They now double the packing. They continue in that way till the blade cannot work again. They now bring it for sharpening. I've shown you in my tutorials. That is why I'm saying subscribe to my channel, press the notification button, go back to my old videos. You will get series of videos that are produced there, and it's going to be benefits for you. You are going to enjoy watching them. You can train yourself from there. You see? So we are going to start from the upper clipper blade now. This is the stone I'm going to use. I will not activate it. The only thing I will do now is to clean the surface. I will just clean the surface like this. I will clean the surface. I've cleaned the surface with my rag. After cleaning the surface, I will now place the blade. You see the way I place it down on the blade, on the stone. I will now put my thumb in the center. Watch carefully in the center here. See the way I place my thumb to cover the whole surface. That's about 3 times. Now I will open it and show you now. Let us see what is happening there now. You know, blue color tempo was covered the whole surface before. When you see now, watch carefully. You can see that the tempo is here. The color blue is showing here a little. Color blue is showing here a little. Therefore, the stainless is showing at the center. So which means this center is higher than this side and this side. This side is higher, the highest one, followed by here, followed by this side. You can see it now. That is the way to get where to start your job. So as this one is now, as a professional, you can start anywhere, but I advise you you start from this place. Because let me tell you one thing, this side is higher, is touching the stone. This side is the next one touching the stone. This blue color now, the sign of this temple means this area doesn't touch the stone at all. So you have to bring the level of this place and this place down first. When you bring it down, you now watch carefully, you examine. If it is, you can still repeat it again, or you sharpen here, then you continue your work. The work will now be giving you direction where to follow. But you did this thing to know where to start your job, and the temple has given you the direction now. Here is higher, next is this side, third one is this side. So you are going to start your job from here. So when you turn it in this way, you are starting your job from here. Get me right? This surface of the blade, now the temple has given us the direction. No temple is here. Here is total shining. Little temple here. Here is highest, higher, lower. Then you start your job from here. Let me put it here. You can see it. This is where to start your job. So let us first sharpen for the upper clipper blade. Now, you know, when we test it now, we did not apply any treatment at the surface. Now you want to do the resharpen now. You have to activate the surface of the stone. You have to make it active, effective. What are the processes? You first drop your oil. Don't let it be too much. Then you first use your special stone. This is the special stone. See the way I'm using it. You see the way I'm using the special stone to cover the whole surface. You can see it in this way, where I'm using it. You see the way I'm using it. You see the way I'm using it. Look at the surface now. You look at the surface, then look at the surface of the stone. Then you return the special stone. After, you now take your biscuit bone. This is the biscuit bone. The three stones are different. This biscuit bone is different. It's lighter. It's not heavy at all. This special stone is heavy. It's heavy. Heavier than this biscuit bone. Let me return it back. Then the super hard manual sharpening stone is very, very heavy. Very, very heavy. This one is very, very heavy. So you now take the biscuit bone to scrub the surface again. You see it in this way. You apply it in the same way you use your special stone. You see it in this way. Look at the surface. You look at the surface. You see it. You see it. This is biscuit bone. You now return it back. Then you take your rag, you clean your fingers. After now, you now take your kerosene. The first one I apply, it was oil, engine oil, light one. You may use thick one too, but when you use thick, it will not be plenty. When you use light, it will be plenty than using the thick oil. Try to take note of all these things very well so that your sharpening will be very, very effective and you result professionally. Then you apply the kerosene at interval. You can see it in this way. At interval. At interval. At interval. You see it in this way. So when you apply it at interval, when you just wait, between 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If you are not too much in haste, if you are in haste, there's another method to use. This is the rag to clean my fingers. So if you are in haste, you now use your, this is the thumb you want to use. I want to use the right hand. I will now use the left finger to tap it. See the way I'm tapping it, not to pack. You spread it. You spread it all over. You spread it all over. You can see it in this way. The way I'm doing it, you see it in this way. You tap the surface to make sure the kerosene, the oil, the biscuit bone, the special stone, everything mixed together. You can see it in this way. It has covered up now. Now, don't forget, this is the highest point. This is the highest point. This is the next. This is the next. We are starting from here. Let us turn it in this way. We are starting from here. Let me place it in this way. So we are starting from here. We now go to and fro 10 times here and watch the surface now. How the surface look like. I'm sorry. That is to and fro 10 times now. That is to and fro 10 times. We now clean it very well. You clean your fingers. We clean it. Then we now watch. Let us see what is happening. Let us see what is happening. Let us see what is happening. So when you watch carefully, you can see that the sharpening starts here. This side, the sharpening starts here. So we are still going to repeat here again. Because this place is higher, next this one, third is this one. So we are still going to repeat it here. We now join it with the center now. We brought this place down, then we now join it with the center. We join it with the center now. Don't forget, activating the surface of your stone is very, very important. With little kerosene, there's still kerosene on the surface. With little kerosene, little. You tap to cover. You tap to cover. You tap to cover up. Then you clean your finger very well. Then you position it again. So you should now cover from the center to this side. See the way I cover my thumb. That is to and fro 20 times. Let us clean it now. Let me show you how the surface is before we clean it. Can you see that it's dirty? You see the back? We now clean it. We clean the surface, the inner surface, the back view, everywhere. You clean it up then together with your fingers. Let me show you again. Can you see that the sharpening has extended? Watch carefully. It has started from here, reach here now. You see the shining? Can you see the shining now? Now, the next one is the other side here. Is the other side. Now, then I want you to understand one thing. You know, initially, this one is the highest point, followed by here, followed by here. Now, we have brought this level. Come to the level of this side. Don't forget. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. Then we sharpen here first. We sharpen here together to make this side the same level. It will now come to the level of this side. Don't forget that. Don't forget at all. This one is highest, followed by here, followed by here. We have lowered these two sides together now. Bring it to the level of this one. We have bring these two sides, the center and the right side here, bring them back to the level of this one. Now, this blade is normal now. We are now going to start the fresh sharpening. We start from here now. We've balanced the surface now. Then we want to start the real sharpening. Don't forget, treating of the surface is very, very important. So we do these two sides at the same time now. I'm sorry. Kata is worrying me, giving me a headache, but it will not disturb the tutorial at all. we are going to sharpen the two sides. When we go to and fro 15 times for one side, we go to and fro, we repeat the same thing 15 times to and fro for the other side. We now check the surface. Now you see the style we use. I divide the clipper blade into two now. I divide it into two. Let me look for the pointer, whether I can get one pointer here so that I can able to show you. I divide the clipper blade into two like this now. So I'm sharpening here now. No, I'm starting from here. To and fro 15 times. After I sharpen here to and fro 15 times, we now check. Here now, we are starting from here. That is to and fro 15 times. We are sharpening for the second side here. To and fro 15 times. So let me show you how it is before I clean it. You see the back. Then you see the inner surface. So let us clean it now and see how it is. After cleaning, don't forget to clean your fingers to make the work neat. Don't forget from center to front when you are cleaning. You see it in this way. You don't come from the front to the back. You are quenching the blade from center outside, from center outside, from center outside. Let us watch now and see how it is. Yeah, it has been sharpened correctly. Can you see the level now? Very, very correct. You see it in this way. Mere looking at it is showing that we have got two things here. We have gotten total flatness across. The surface is completely flat and we are looking at it. We are watching at it. Can you see? That is the studying of the inner surface of the upper clipper blade. Then the number two is total shining across. Everything is shine up. From here to here shine, from here to here shine. Then the flatness is there. So we have gotten the two things now. We have corrected this upper clipper blade now. So let us go. So when you have not sharpened before, it is because this tempo is here. That was the reason why I placed it in this way. If to say the tempo is not here, this is how I'm going to place it down because of the grid at the back, the sellotape. But the tempo is here. I don't want this tempo to be tampered. That is why I brought it up like this. When you have not sharpened the clipper blade, you place it in this way because of the grid, the sellotape at the back. So when you sharpen it finish, you put it in this way. You open the face down. So let us go now for the bottom clipper blade. Then let me show you before we go so that you can be able to refresh our brain. You see that the tempo has covered the whole surface now. So we are going to test which place is higher, which place is lower before we start the sharpening. The tempo is going to give us the direction. The tempo is going to give us the direction. Now, let us use, okay, we are going to use this stone. Let me clean it up. Let me clean the surface. 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 You see it. Then don't forget, as I've told you, you position it in this way. Then you now use your finger to cover up. See the way I cover it up. Watch carefully. You now go like to and fro 2 or 3 times. You see it in that way. We now open. Then we now watch. Let me get it closer to the camera. You can be able to see together and watch. Let us watch carefully. Where did you see the coloring blue? Where do you see the stainless? This area is coloring blue. The stone is not touching here at all. The stone is touching here partially. It touch the back, it doesn't touch the front. Then this side the stone touch it. So this is the highest point. This is the highest point. So we are going to start our work from here. From this side, we are starting our work from here because this one is higher. This place is higher than this side. So when you start your job here, you are making this level down again. This one will be up again. It will not work. It will not work at all. When you finish your sharpening, you test, you get the wrong side. But when you start from here, this place is higher. This surface now, this complete surface, this place is higher. This place is lower. You are going to bring this side down first. When you bring down to this level, you now start the fresh sharpening. Let us go now. Then don't forget, before you use, we want to start the sharpening now. You can't place it in this way again. You place it in this way because of the sellotape, so that the treatment will not touch it. I'm sorry. Then you now activate the surface of your stone now. Not too much oil, the oil is there before. Then you now first come with the special stone. You see the way I'm using it? This is the special stone. This is the special stone. You can see it. You see it. This is the special stone. You see the way I'm using it? When you turn it around to the right side, you come back to the left hand side again. You let it cover the whole surface. You see it in this way. Yeah, you see the surface? You see it? Then you return the special stone. Then you now take your biscuit bone. You try to watch carefully. This surface now is wet. It is not dry up. The oil is there. The particle of the special stone is there. Then you now join it with a biscuit bone. See the way you rub it in the same way again. You see it? You see it? You see the way I'm doing it? You see the way I'm doing it? Watch carefully. You roll to the right hand side, then you come back to the left hand side. You see it? Look at the surface of your biscuit bone. You see the surface of the stone you want to use. Then you return the biscuit bone. Now we are going to start the sharpening from the upper clipper blade. We have sharpened the upper clipper blade. Then we want to sharpen for the bottom clipper blade now. The first testing was for the upper clipper blade. We tested it, we sharpened it. Now the second one is the bottom clipper blade. We have tested it, we know where to start. This is where the shining is, plenty shining. This is where we get the coloring. This is where we are going to start the job. When we turn it in this way, we are starting from here. Don't forget, this is where the shining is. So we are starting from here. So let me apply. We have used special stone. We have special stone. We have used biscuit bone. Now remain the kerosene. Don't forget. So if you are in a hurry, you use your finger to tap. You see the way I'm tapping? You see the way I'm tapping? To cover the whole surface. To cover the whole surface. You see it in this way? You see it? Then after you clean, you take the rag, you clean your fingers. Then, don't forget, this is the shining. We are starting from here. Here like this. So we are going 20 times here, 20 times here. You now check. You see the way I place my thumb? From the center here, let me come with the pointer. Where do I place the pointer? Where do I put the pointer? Okay. So when you divide the blade into two like this, watch carefully. So your thumb will cover one side. That is to and fro 20 times. Then when we want to sharpen the other side, your thumb will cover this side. That is to and fro 20 times. Balance up. Then we'll now check the work. Let me return the pointer. Yeah, let's go now. That is to and fro 20 times here. So when this chemical split at the back, you try to use rag. You see the way I do it? You see it? You remove the the solution. Then the second side is here. We have done for this one, to and fro 20 times, remains here now. You see the way I cover it, it will not cover here. That is to and fro 20 times. Let me pick it out before I show you how the surface is before we clean it. You see it? Then you see the back. Let us now clean. Let us clean it now and look at the surface. Let me get it closer to the camera so you can be able to watch it carefully. Watch it now. Can you see it? So we are getting the total flatness across and total shining across. You see it? You see it in this way? You see it? Now we test. We take the upper clipper blade on top of the bottom clipper blade. You see it like this. So when you test now, when we open it, then we see carbon fill the surface, the inner surface of the upper and the bottom clipper blade, where the upper clipper blade is touching with the surface of the bottom clipper blade, which means when we get the carbon throughout that area, black carbon, which means the blade is sharpened correctly, they lay properly, and when you mount it, you treat it the normal. Then you apply the oil, you now use it to cut. It will now cut like a new clipper blade, or even better than the new clipper blade. Let's test very well. Let us test it very well so that we can be able to achieve our aim. Don't let us rush too much. We can be able to get the better result. So when we open it now, let us open it and check the inside. See what I'm saying? You see the carbon fill, black carbon, where the upper blade, the inner surface of the upper clipper blade is touching with the inner surface of the bottom clipper blade. Can you see it in this way? This is how to sharpen or to correct a clipper blade that was sharpened incorrectly before. You now put it back to normal to work like a new clipper blade, or even better than the new clipper blade. Can you see it in this way? You see the carbon fill the inner surface. You can see it in this way. So thank you for watching my tutorial. Thank you. I really appreciate you for watching my tutorial. Please like this video, comment, share, and don't forget, subscribe to my channel and press the notification button before you go. Thank you. Be expecting another valuable tutorial after this one.